I know people get pretty doomer about AI art, AI movies, AI actors like Tilly Norwood, and I did too at one point a couple of years ago. I was like, oh man, it's over. I'm just gonna be watching robots act now, and visual effects being done by AI, which I'm sure it already has been the case for a long time now with video games and movies and TV shows, but it's obviously not completely done by AI. People just have AI help them make the game or the visual effects or whatever. But nowadays people are, they're putting out trailers and short videos and artworks with just AI. All they do is just type something in and it just creates it for them. They don't have to create anything. And I did feel a little, the skies got a little cloudy a couple of years ago. I was like, oh man, it's over. What am I even drawing for? I even get AI ads on YouTube now, especially with the voiceover stuff. People even make AI YouTube videos nowadays, just like historical YouTube videos of AI, like, oh, the history of Vikings, whatever. I'm going off topic. But I saw a lot of AI artwork, and people don't even know it's AI. They think someone actually made it, and then they like it, and then it ends up getting like 100,000 likes, and everybody is oblivious to it. Even I'm oblivious to it sometimes. And then some people get really paranoid, being like, this is AI art, and they start going on witch hunts and taking down people who use AI art, even if they don't use AI art, but they think that they do, and then people end up deleting their accounts over and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say, my point is, nowadays AI art has actually kind of opened my eyes. It's made me realize how I considered my art too precious. I put too much pressure on myself that I got paralyzed into not even doing anything, or paralyzed into over perfecting something that didn't really need to be perfected. Like, I'm sure you've seen lots of AI artworks nowadays. I don't think it doesn't happen as much because AI is improving rapidly, but there used to be lots of weird hand anatomy on the artworks. They'd have 6 fingers, or their fingers would be bending in ways that fingers normally don't bend, or the background looked really fake, or something. It was at least 1 or 2 aspects about it that just felt off. But nobody noticed. And nobody noticed because nobody is looking at your artwork. Whether it's AI or not, nobody is looking at it. They look at it for 1 or 2 seconds and then they scroll away. And I realize that I do the same thing too. There's so many even artworks that I really like. The max I look at it is like 30 seconds. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And then I zoom in and look at all the details, and then I'm like, that's nice. And then I move on. But usually it's just 1 to 2 seconds. Wow, that's nice. Like, scroll away. I'm sure even the people who absolutely hate AI art, despise it, and their whole personality is around hating AI. Even they probably liked something AI at this point that they didn't even know, because they just weren't paying attention. They weren't looking that closely at it. And that's exactly the reason why AI art made my art better. Because I realized I didn't really need to be putting so much effort into this one little thing in this little painting that nobody's going to notice. Even I don't notice it when I go back and look at it, because I usually like to draw portraits. I like to draw people, and the most important thing on a person is their face, or at most their upper torso. So that's really where I need to put all of my effort into. That's the hook. People's eyes are naturally drawn to human faces. Like, take the Mona Lisa for example. You think anybody that saw the Mona Lisa for the first time looked at her hands first? No, they looked at her face first, and then they scanned the rest of the painting. Well, actually, I can think of one person who probably looked at Mona Lisa's hands first before her face, but anyways. But adopting that mindset of not taking my artwork too seriously and just focusing on the main parts that I really want people to see has actually made doing art a lot more fun. Because I'm like, do I really need to shade in this finger, this one pixel of a shadow that no one sees? Especially when you zoom out of the canvas, which I would recommend to everybody else as well. Don't zoom in while you're drawing. Just look at the full canvas the whole time, because that's what other people are going to see as well. Nobody's looking at your artwork zoomed in. And I realized that when I look at the full picture, a lot of these little details don't matter. All that matters is the big shapes, the main source of light, the main shadows, the primary colors that are going to be on the painting. Those are the top priorities that I try to focus on getting right before I even decide to go into the little nuances of rim lights and bounce light, line weight, reflections, different materials, yada yada yada, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's drastically improved my art. Not only has it improved my art, it's actually made me a lot quicker at drawing as well, and coloring specifically. because I kind of struggle with coloring it. That takes the most amount of time to me. Something that used to take me maybe 10 hours before now takes me only 4 or 5 hours, because I know I don't really have to put in all the detail and all the little nuances and intricate details into the drawing, because nobody's going to see it. I just need to give the illusion that something is there, the illusion of detail. So although the creative space nowadays has been oversaturated with AI content, I'm still kind of grateful to it because it opened my eyes on what really matters. And it's also made me appreciate the human touch even more. And some people say that art has kind of become commercial now. I guess people have been saying that for a while, but I feel like that conversation has gotten even more popular ever since AI came into the mix. And a lot of people are saying, oh, it's soulless now, it's just a money-making machine, but I kind of feel the opposite. I feel now that more AI stuff is coming out and not a lot of human hands or human artistry is involved in it. I think seeing something that's made by a human feels more precious now. I really enjoy the feeling of seeing someone try to create something, even if it's not to my taste. But yeah, that is all. Goodbye.